Welcome back from the break. You're still watching This Week, and I'm Sumner Samuel. Next is the war of words between two former governors of Rivers State, the current Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, and the former Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, and Larry Olayinka, the Senior Special Assistant to FCT Minister Nyesom Wike, in the week took a swipe at Amechi, insisting that Amechi's political career has not recorded any major victory since he parted ways with Wike. The rebuttal from Larry comes after Amechi recently dismissed Wike, implying that they are not on the same level, saying that he won't exchange words, quote, with children. In a fiery reaction during an interview with Arise News, Wike's media aide Larry questioned the credibility of Amechi's statement, pointing out the political evolution of Wike from local government chairman to being the driving force behind Amechi's own rise to power. So how true is that? How true is it that Amechi has not won any elections since 2015? And what's his relevance in the ongoing coalition talks ahead of 2027 elections? Well, joining us now from Port Harcourt, the Rivers State capital, is a lawyer and President General of the Initiative for Transparent Strategy and Good Leadership, Enyi. Thank you, Chizi. Now, talk to us about this ongoing brickbat between both former governors and what the feeling is like among the residents of Port Harcourt. How are the Rivers people taking this brickbat, and of course the implication for the Rivers politics ahead of 2027?
Good evening, Nigerians. If you know more about Rivers State, you would know that Rivers people, even Nigerians, do not take Wike seriously these days, because they say he say one thing and do the other. I don't blame Larry Olayinka, Wike's media aide, because he's not from Rivers State. But even though he's not from Rivers State, he's from Nigeria, and he ought to know Amechi's political history and the success it has recorded so far. In Nigeria, the most controversial election by 2015, as then Amechi and Wike has parted ways, was the election between Jonathan and former President Buhari. And that election was led by Amechi as a campaign DG. And the very first time in Nigerian history that a sitting president was ousted from the office. Amechi led a campaign and succeeded by removing former President Jonathan, enthroning former President Buhari in the office. I wonder who credit should be given for that. Since 2015 till date, Amechi have not contested any election. Amechi has just supported people. And let me even tell Nigerians to note, apart from winning the presidential election that removed a sitting president, Amechi also won the senatorial election that covers him and Nyesom Wike. That is to say, Andrew Chendo was elected the senator by that 2015. In the House of Reps, Amechi also won, and former member of the House of Reps, Honorable Chidi Nwoyoka, emerged as the House of Reps member. In the Amechi's primary constituency as the House of Assembly, Azubike Njoku emerged as the member of the House of Assembly. So those saying that Amechi have not won any election since he parted ways with Wike should please note these things. There is no way Amechi's political history will be compared to that of Nyesom Wike. You know why? Amechi believes in humanity. Amechi does not believe much about rigging. Amechi believes in one man, one vote. Hence, he allowed people to vote. Even in his own Ikwere local government, people were allowed to vote. But in Obiakpo, in all these successive elections, people were not allowed to vote. Well, we know how it all happened.
I must quickly add that, we don't have those facts you're talking about. As long as INEC is concerned, elections were held in those areas. So let me just straighten out very quickly particular
elections. We did not say elections were not held in those areas. Let me even tell you, even Supreme Court affirmed to the fact that Rivers State was a theater of war. If you understand what happened before 2015, from 2013, 2014, and 2015, Rivers State was more a theater of war, starting from the days of Mbo, where we now look at Rivers State as a place they ask Ebombo. Ebombo in Ikwere language is, are you the first person? Because Mbo, the then Commissioner of Police, made Rivers State to be a place for Wike. But Rivers people resisted him to a high heaven such that he was, when he was removed as the commissioner of police, at least there was a relative peace in Rivers State. So the fact that even Supreme Court attested to the fact that Rivers State was a theater of war. You know, the first election of Wike by 2015, the tribunal nullified the election. The Court of Appeal nullified the election. Supreme Court affirmed it even after saying that though Rivers State was a theater of war, but the nullification may not have been necessary. That was about Wike's first tenure. And in the second tenure, APC then didn't have a candidate because even the bourgeoisies above were looking at Amechi as a threat. Hence, the primaries that brought Stoye Cole was nullified by the Supreme Court, and the APC didn't have candidates. So then, Awara came up just 2 days to the election. And despite the fact that Awara came up 2 days to the election was such that even though Awara was for 2 days that Amechi and APC adopted him, the result was not announced for over 15 days. The first election in the history of Nigeria that was announced after 15 days was the one that brought Wike back to the office as executive governor. Now, these are facts. They said Wike media aide Lola Enka is not from Rivers State, so I don't blame him. Saying that Amechi has not won any election, he should know that Amechi has not also contested any election. Well, he has just been supporting people. And also, by 2019.
Yeah, I mean, if I may chip in there very quickly, isn't he right to some extent? Because, I mean, so many people keep saying that Rotimi Amechi has been driven out of APC in Rivers State by former Minister of former Governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, who is now the FCT Minister, and that Nyesom Wike seems to be in full control of the APC in Rivers State, and Rotimi Amechi is looking for a political party to belong to at the moment. Isn't that correct to an extent?
Now, what is the extent of the correctness? Let me tell you. You in your studio, Right Honorable Rotimi Amechi openly said he confronted the president to say that he will not support him during his 2023 general election. And based on that ground, you won't even say anything as to that effect. Amechi said to Tinubu, I will not support you. Hence, the political situation in Rivers State was neither here nor there. It was an open statement. So saying that Wike has driven Amechi out of APC is not what any normal human being could say, because up till today, the court has affirmed Emeka Bike, High Chief Emeka Bike, as still the state chairman of APC in Rivers State. And also know the fact that a political party in Nigeria that has a president, the president will always have upper hand. But apart from that, Amechi is one of those leading the coalition. And in fact, as we speak, you are aware that he has been appointed as the person that is to lead the coalition to look into forming another political party or to join any other political party. And he's not hiding it. He's not hiding that fact. So why saying that Wike has sent him out of the party when Amechi is an active member of the coalition?
Well,
my worry is for those who has always come to say that Amechi has not won any election, Wike has been winning him. Must he win the governor for you to know? Let me even tell you, Amechi led the campaign of President Buhari. And Buhari won the first election that hosted President Jonathan, former President Jonathan. Buhari also won his re-election, also led by Amechi as the campaign DG. A man who has risen to this peak, wherein he led a candidate to win first and second tenure of an election in Nigeria as presidential, the highest office in Nigeria. And people will come publicly to say he has not won any election. It's a shame to those who does not know facts and who does not even have the sense of history.
Watch your words.
So for the likes of Larry,
you should watch your words actually on TV. And I'm saying this repeatedly.
I am watching my word. Even when Olai was in your studio, he was abusing Osai, saying that because Osai studied animal science, he ought not to have come to say anything about politics. He ought to have gone and discuss the animal science. That is too derogatory. It is very unfortunate that you you people even allow him to finish that? Amechi led President Buhari to win first and second tenure election. And just like I said, in that same election, Amechi won his senatorial, his House of Assembly, and House of Rep. So why saying that Amechi has not won the election, even when he never contested?
Well, in 2023...
Amechi never contested the election, and yet led people into winning election, and yet people are coming publicly to say that Amechi has not won any election.
Now, in 2023...
You should even correct this fact. Or
just hold on.
I've said it.
Just hold on.
Names of those that won election.
Just hold on. In 2023, Amechi supported Tonye Cole, who emerged as the APC governorship candidate in Rivers State. And of course, you and I know that he lost the election to Governor Sim Fubara. And so maybe that could have also contributed to Lere Olayinka's analysis that Amechi has not really won any election of recent. But you have also drawn the issues of the coalition. Going into the next coalition, what you have also said actually means that Amechi doesn't look like he has a party in Rivers State at the moment. When you put all of that together, what does the political future of Amechi look like at the moment?
No, are you saying that Buhari does not? Are you saying that Atiku does not have a political party? Are you saying that the likes of El Rufai does not have political party? Are you saying that all the members of the coalition does not have political parties? No, these people have decided to come up to see how they will draw up in one line to see the fact that President Tinubu will be ousted from out of the office, because all of them coming from different political parties may not get result. Hence, this is their resolution. And the fact that Amechi said he would want to join the coalition, just quote and unquote, Amechi said, I do not like President Tinubu because he does not have the capacity. And it was on your studio Amechi said this, and you never queried him on why he said Tinubu does not have capacity. Even on my own side, I align with him. Hence, I am also of the coalition, and we will take a stand that will oust Tinubu from the office. That is our position. Does not mean that we don't have a political party. I am a member of APC. In fact, as I speak with you, I am the chief of staff to the state chairman of APC in Rivers State, High Chief Emeka Bekee, which was affirmed by the court. But the fact remains that we don't want a situation where someone who does not have capacity. Imagine we get saying that there is no cabal in the time of Tinubu as the president.
All right,
it's very unfortunate. Yet, even APC members and PDP members does not have a hideaway. So what I'm saying in essence is that Amechi have consistently won election in Nigeria, leading the election that brought President Tinubu, former President Buhari, is a fact that Nigerians are seeing. So the likes of Lare Olayinka, when he comes to your studio, he should be corrected, and if he does not have the fact, he should meet me. I will advise him free of charge. Despite the fact that I will ask for a little consultation fee as a lawyer. So you should also stop abusing those who studied some other courses that may not be too relevant. It's very unfortunate.
All right,
it's very unfortunate that he abused one of your presenters, and the people allow him to go by that.
All right, very quickly, we at Arise News, we are very fair to all parties, and we give opportunity to everyone to actually air their views. But just before I let you go, you said that we didn't ask Mr. Rotimi Amechi about his statement on President Tinubu lacking capacity, and that you align with Rotimi Amechi and you know what he was thinking. What exactly was he thinking? And then on the last note also...
What he was thinking is that in general terms, President Tinubu does not have capacity, and it is obvious. Nigerians are suffering, hunger everywhere. Every day he will tell you that he's aware that there is hunger in the land, but that within the shortest time he will make amends. Yet the hunger is still beyond the ordinary. For Nigerians, it's a no-no thing for President Tinubu.
Very quickly before I let you go. Talk to me about Tony Okocha. You are saying that Emeka Bekee remains the APC state chairman in Rivers State. But how about Tony Okocha, who has been sanctioned by the APC from the center, and he keeps insisting that he remains the APC state chairman? What exactly is going on with Rivers APC? Very quickly before I let you go.
No. See, I can only talk about Tony Okocha after his appeal. at the Court of Appeal when he succeeded in upturning the High Court judgment that affirmed the High Chief Emeka case. So there is no need talking about Tony. Tony Okocha is just pandering in racial prejudice because he has been hobnobbing with the likes of the acclaimed Ganduje, whether it's the Ganduje or the Gandola, I don't know, who claimed to be the national chairman of APC, who didn't come through convention and congresses. So I don't talk about, that's why Amechi said he don't talk about children. I don't refer to those who you may see that their statement refers to statement made by children. Anytime Tony Okocha talks, he talks like a child. So I don't refer to children when they make statements.
All right, I mean, war of words in terms of children this time around, but let's put our facts very clearly. Ganduje remains the APC national chairman. Well, there was a neck that actually brought him to power, so and of course he's been presiding over the APC, so let's get that clearly. But we must thank you so much, Lawyer Chizi, for helping us to understand some of the little things and tough issues actually going on in Rivers politics. And of course, it continues to be a war of words between Nyesom Wike and Rotimi Amechi. And of course, the war continues, but we must thank you so much for joining us from Port Harcourt. That's the much we can take on this edition of This Week. Thanks to our production team here in Abuja, Lagos, and London. Do join us same time next week for another exciting edition. I'm Somna Sambo.